Oh, hello.
Hello.
We meet again.
Yeah? We'll see how this race was going. I was practicing for the wet just in case again.
I've done no practice. Just playing 2K.
Nothing wrong with that. This can be your practice for Thursday then, right?
Yeah. I was playing with the other guys in Rec. In
Yeah, I see quite a few of them have gotten the game.
They don't pass a lot.
No?
No. Yeah, I mean, my guy is like, he's kind of shit, but he's pretty good at shooting, and even when I'm wide open, they just drive the net. I'm like, all right, great. I'll just sit over here.
I don't even remember the last time I played a basketball game.
I've only played 2. Not including like Super Nintendo.
I had a college basketball one in like 06, 07, something like that. I think that's the last one I got.
Growing up, I had a NFL Blitz 2003. That game was amazing.
Yeah, I remember the NFL
and
Blitz.
Hockey.
Yep. Like NHL 95 or something, 94, 95, something like that.
You know what tires you're gonna start on if it's dry?
I'm planning on 4 softs. So.
Interesting.
Yep.
You stopping then?
No. 1. So soft to medium is my expected strategy. Or depending if I undercut, it might be to hards.
Gotcha.
If you guys are down here, you gotta be quiet, okay? Ask Mom. Mom knows how. Yeah, because it should be a 1-stop, so we'll see what happens here.
No, it'll be a 2-stop once the safety car comes in.
Well, that's just it. So if that's, you never know how that'll go. So
Alright.
I can't see too many people crashing out. I mean, there's just the walls aren't too close together here, so.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah,
I think
20
one person is gonna hit the wall at some
Oh,
point.
yeah. That turn 1, I mean, turn 1, lap 1, every track is always interesting, so.
Dry.
Overcast and dry. Lexi, you can be down here, but you need to be quiet. Okay? All right.
Okay, we'll alter the setup of the car. Engine fired, we're set.
Boy, a lot of people heading out already. Oh, this will be good. I'm right behind Puff here, so I can maybe get a toll from him.
Nah, he won't let you.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty. Right, come in at the end of this lap.
Sound too good.
What's that?
That didn't sound too good.
What's that? My wheel? It always makes noise. Or my dog.
Oh no. Yeah.
Yeah, he just gets startled sometimes. He's a German Shepherd, and he makes sure everybody knows if somebody's here. For certain.
Oh man.
Puff must have invalidated. Oh yeah. 1045.
Our best lap so far is a 1 minute 4.6.
Just riding around on mediums for a while.
Yeah. I was saying a good lap that last time, and then I got wheel spin out of turn 2.
Is that the real sharp hairpin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a challenge one.
Count anymore.
Oh, it doesn't?
No.
I know. I think they count it for MotoGP yet, just because they get the lean. But I mean, it's whatever 2-3. We know what corner it is.
4/10 up on my time.
Where were you? 106.1.
We're 19th in the speed trap, 184.3 miles per
No, I'm out
hour.
of ERS.
How was that lap? 105.7?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that on mediums.
Would have been faster, but ran out of ERS the last few
Yeah,
corners.
it's easy to do. I did that a couple times in practice, so I kind of altered how I did my ERS throughout the rest of the lap. So I'm actually glad I tried to do that, because that gave me an idea of where to use it and how to use it.
All personnel be aware. Car leaving.
Cool.
We've only got 2 laps of fuel left.
Everyone's gonna hit the pit hole on the way out.
Such a shitty turn one. Ay, ay, ay. Damn.
Better?
No, I invalidated in last corner. It'd have been really close. And I put up a decent time the first time, so I'm only gonna go out one more time and save a set of softs here for fresh. Because I was, I think it was 3/10 up on second place, which I was really surprised by.
Who's second?
Vitality's second, and then Fuzz is third.
This is third. Can't have that.
Yeah, I think his last race was US, I mean, almost a month ago, and he ended up third there. I think he was on pole, too, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Pitting this lap then. Come into the pits at the end of this lap.
Oh, where's Puff? He still hasn't put a lap in yet. Invalidated his second one, too, a 104.3. Well, Vitality and Fuzz both improved.
Best
They're,
lap so far is
I'm just a half a tenth up of Vitality
1:04.6.
now. He's a 104.6 as well. I'm going to run to the bathroom here before we get started. I'll be back in a minute.
All right.
Puff got winning, I see, huh?
Yep. 104.4.
Yep. Coxie with a 104.6.
Yeah. 17. Ugh.
What's that?
17. Only 8/10 down.
Yeah. That's the thing with
Fucked
these
up
short
turn two
tracks.
again.
Those times can really be packed together. You're just heading out now?
Yeah.
Man, there's like a whole train heading out apparently. I'm gonna head out around 2 minutes here.
Standing by.
There we go.
Where you at?
1047.
Okay.
Sick.
Barely better. Fourth, I'll take that. I'm satisfied with that.
Fifth?
Oh, T-Money must have just jumped me.
Yep.
I improved barely. I have a couple tenths. And T-Money and Fuzz are at the same speed. 104.593.
Oh shit. Should put T-Money third though, even though you set the time second.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it? Unless they know exactly what the time is, but I find that to be hard to believe, but whatever. Penalties usually come into play here too. Or they can at least. I always find turn one, because both on the entrance and the exit they're really harsh.
Yep, that is true. Forgot about that. Ooh, I don't know how much fuel to take. I've been finding that I haven't been using a lot of fuel anymore.
See, I use fuel all the time. You doing with Lapia? We'll kind of wait and see how it goes here, but
I can probably go as long as you need.
yeah, it'll be that 14, 15. We'll kind of wait and see how it goes. It's telling me 14 right now.
It's telling me 15.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
We'll kind of wait and see. Because I don't usually do the undercut, but maybe this time I will see how the race plays out. It's hard to break away from somebody here. Just 3 DRS zones, and then you got basically a half a lap to try and break it, and that's no easy task.
Yep. Oh man.
Oh, is right.
Uh-oh. Let's see. One person. A specific person.
Oh. So I just hit my PS button, came back, and it's just fine, so...
Those are Mercedes.
It's telling me I'm stopped on track, so I gotta go.
Launch map is good, but we need to learn the gears, so
yeah.
go into each one when you
That's
can.
weird.
We're gonna need
Yeah,
some
see, I don't know why it does
brakes,
that.
so put some energy into them and warm the tires as well, please.
They're remaking.
Yeah, I kind of figured they would be.
Fresh tires.
Yep. That takes the tire strategy out the window, doesn't it? Now I can get a second set of mediums just in case.
Conditions are looking good.
Oops. I didn't mind going around for the formation lap. Made sure I had a feel for the car.
Just gonna restart my app. Doesn't bug out again.
What's that?
Hopefully it doesn't bug out again.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's gonna be low tire wear race too, because it's on overcast.
Nothing wrong with that. You can watch the race a little bit, but you need to be quiet. Okay. Yep, there's 20 racers. They're just setting up the qualifying. The game broke before, so they have to restart it. So they're just getting everybody in where they qualified before. Okay. The game is broken a couple of times, and we wish we had an explanation. I think Codemasters wishes they had an explanation, but unfortunately, it just happens. It is definitely a glitch, no doubt about it, Lexi. They need to get it fixed. That's just how many online races they completed. That's not saying how good they are. Well, this is Daddy's first game, so he did a lot of online races just to get used to it, so. Now that he's gotten better, he just kind of does the practices in the leagues. Don't forget your setup.
Yep, that's what I was going to tell you too.
Harry did that in Monaco. He qualified second and forgot the lobby bugged out. He forgot to put his setup in. So he still.
Sucks even more for Monaco.
Yeah, I know, but he still finished in the top 10. But he likes Monaco and he was good at it. What did I tell you? You need to be quiet.
The
Okay.
race hasn't started yet.
I know, but if she starts talking now, she's not going to stop talking.
Don't go overly aggressive into turn 1. There'll be a lot of heavy braking, and the cars will be extremely close together.
See, now it's telling me lap 15, so we'll just kind of play it by ear here. We'll see how it goes. 15, 16, somewhere in there. Is that about the same for you?
You mean like the latest?
No, what when it's telling you to pit?
15.
Okay. Ba-ba.
Yep. Just get some more sleep.
Yeah, I had a lot to drink last night. So, it's more of a blackout sleep last night.
Gotcha.
Tonight will be a good night's sleep. Ready, Lex? I'm in 5th place to start, which is that's pretty good for me, so I'm not always the best at qualifying. That doesn't bother me. but I worry about that guy in the orange next to me. Fuzz, he crashes a lot.
I worry about ZOR Austria.
Yeah, Janet.
It's behind me, and I think Coxey's gonna go deep in.
Oh, Coxey's right behind me. That's right. Lexi, you can watch. You need to be quiet though. I am communicating through my headset, okay? If I talk to you, I will say your name first, okay?
Today, we're expecting it to remain dry throughout.
Started on hard.
Who did?
In the last, maybe 5 people that didn't. No one saw.
See, I think this is a soft to medium is definitely doable.
The other 4 people are doing the medium. So.
Basically, almost nobody started on softs outside the top 10, basically, huh?
Yep.
It's really interesting.
Oh yeah, beat you.
And where'd you start, 7th?
Yeah, 7. I joined you.
Lexi, last warning. Okay.
The rest of the grid is forming up. Be patient and watch for the lights.
Alright.
Yep, good luck.
You as well.
Oh. Where'd Janet come from?
He broke very late.
That's what it looked like. I thought that was Coxey for a minute when I saw the Toro Rosso. Oh, somebody just ran into the back of him. Broke their wing, too. Jesus Christ.
I'd be surprised if Janet didn't break his wing.
I think Coxey definitely did.
We're through the start phase. Now let's build on it.
Yeah, he's struggling big time. Oh, for fuck's sake!
Straight away.
Janet's struggling too. He's in.
Race officials have enabled DRS. DRS is now available.
I must just be outside the DRS of T-Money. off. Must be having connection issues.
In with your Asker tracks.
I should be in T-Money's now.
Fuel is at target +3. Let's get into mix 3 ASAP.
Emma, if you're going to be down here, you got to be quiet like Lexi. Same with Izzy.
Caution, caution.
Oh boy.
Green flag.
You see who that was?
Yeah.
Wonder what happened there.
Yeah, he's still 6th.
Yeah, but I bet you he's got damage. I think he spun again.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Putting on first tires for the way.
Yeah, I figured as such. I'm just kind of riding along behind T-Money here. If you're okay with that.
I can't even catch you. See the
Okay.
McLaren that just crossed the start finish line? Turn left?
I did not.
You have a full mini map?
Yep. Hold on one second. Now I'll look. Yep, I see him.
McLaren, that's where Puck was before he hit.
Okay.
And Tim.
That's probably RC. I think Fuzz is ahead of us.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know. This is a championship.
Yep. And he's probably, I bet you Puff came out on hards would be my guess. His T-Money's running these front two down, so...
Yellow flag.
Definitely got out of line there.
You lock up or did he?
I think he did. I'm just kind of cruising around behind him here, just saving my fuel in ERS. Because if we started battling, we wouldn't be catching the top two as quickly. Are you listening to the stream again?
Yeah. Do you have it up? It'll be my mistake,
Okay, we think the effects of the tyre deg are going to kick in soon. We should be alright for
I'm
the
at
time
40%
being,
on
you will
tires.
start to find it a bit more slippery out there.
I think he's almost in the DRS range.
I've been battling for the last 3 laps.
What's the gap behind you? You can look at the start-finish line. You don't have to look now.
Maybe like 8 seconds.
Is it really? Wow. Oh yeah, there is a big gap back there, isn't there?
Just holding back.
Let's turn up the ERS deployment and burn some of this energy.
saddle now? 6?
Oh, I thought he was going to have it there.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. We have excess fuel weighing us down. Set the fuel mix to mode 3. Let's push.
He's got to have now. Nope, just outside, I think.
Okay, battery's looking good. You can use overtake to get past.
T-Money's going in.
All 3 of them did.
Alright, I'm going to push hard here then.
Box. We're coming in this lap.
There's a Williams off.
Confirmed. We'll receive you at the end of this lap.
Alright, I'm heading in.
Alright.
Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach, and make sure you don't speed.
That was a really good stop.
Complete. Go now. Pit strategy complete. See these tires through to the end now.
I jumped T-Money.
probably would have came out ahead and then didn't have DRS. Stayed ahead.
T-Money, why you battling, buddy?
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. Fuel management has been superb all race. Keep it up.
Whoa. That's fine. Pull me along, T-Money.
They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 3 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 8.3. Say that again, we're having trouble receiving. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:8.0. You're gaining by 1/10 a lap.
He's going to be in DRS now.
You're faster than T-Money.
What's that?
You know if you're faster than T-Money?
I think so too, but I'm kind of content not battling right now and just see what happens here for a little bit. So I'm really not overly concerned with it right now. Because the top two are battling too. Basically, I'm just gonna let them battle and pick up the scraps is kind of my strategy. Because I'm, you know, like Australia, I kind of had the short-term picture and trying to do as good as I can, but now I got to have the big picture here. And obviously the more positions help, but this is vital points right now.
I always say because the second car is the strongest position in terms of overtaking.
I'll check Fuzz's penalties here too, see where he's at.
They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 8 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 9.4. You're closing in by 7/10 per lap. They have a time penalty
Fuzz has got
of
one.
3.0.
3 seconds. I feel like Fuzz is losing ground on T-Money here too. So even just staying right here, I'll have a podium. T-Money locked up again. Oh, Fuzz just lagged big time on me. I'm sorry for slowing down early.
Okay, we've got plenty of energy. Switch to overtake and have a go.
This is in P8. by the way.
Puppers?
Penalties. I think he has pretty far ahead of it.
Alright, no big deal. See what I mean in the battling? These guys are just duking it out right now.
Dude, it's still the best spot though. One for the win.
Thank you for not lagging, Fuzz.
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
I got 90% ERS, 1.6 of fuel.
Move up to a faster engine mode, please. We're 2 laps over target on fuel.
Lost all downforce in the corner.
Green flag.
Yeah, I was kind of cautious. I didn't want to come together, so I know I could have went in more aggressively, but that's all right. He knows I'm there now. Oh, you fell back a little, didn't you?
Yeah, I lost all downforce.
Was top to our battling again.
Increase ERS deployment. It's time to use some of this charge. Right, we need to get past here. Use overtake. Use overtake. We're leading our teammate by 3.4 seconds. Virtual safety car deployed. Slow down and maintain a positive delta. Virtual safety car is deployed.
Fatalities on warning.
What's that?
Fatalities on 2 warning.
Okay.
I think T-Money has 3 seconds.
I don't have anything right now, not even a warning. Except I just got one there. Go figure. Because I'm looking at my delta.
Virtual safety car is
T-Money's on at
ending.
least 3
Maintain your
seconds.
pace until the green flag. VSC
Fatality needs
ending.
one.
Wait for green.
Get up on
Okay,
it.
slow down, slow down. Your delta is negative, which means you are too fast. Reduce your pace. Okay, clear.
I think Fuzz might have a drive-through. He does.
The gap to the car ahead is 1.5 seconds.
Only downfall is I lost DRS because of that. Because he had the pit.
Stay within 3 seconds.
That's what I'm going to try and do. I've got 75% ERS, so I'm going to try and use it. Plenty of fuel. 1.011 at the start line.
They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 1:8.2. You're closing by 0.4 per lap. They have a time penalty of 6.0.
T-Money's got 6. And I caught DRS. Fastest lap?
Understood. Stopping this lap.
I think it's 107.5. 107.2. JXW.
Oh, I wonder if I could get it here.
No, it's RC.
Not with that corner.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
How is that fucking not DRS? Wow. Catching back markers too.
Gap to teammate behind is 5.3 seconds.
Vitality of the penalty.
Yes!
Got it this lap.
I should be within 3 seconds. Got 2.5 to go here.
Be aware we expect the grip levels to start falling away soon.
Oh, Beck just lost it. He was a lap down, but that's, I mean, if there was no ghosting, that would have been interesting.
We have 2 laps of fuel remaining.
Lost it.
Blue fucking flags, get out of the way. I just gave Vitality DRS.
This is your final lap of the race. Moving to mix 2, fuel to mix 2.
Looks like you're close.
Lakota, get the fuck out of the way.
Caution, caution. Be aware, there's an incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flags.
Yes! Yes!
Get out.
Oh!
I 1.3 seconds.
I only had the one warning under the VSC. Oh, that is absolutely crucial. Puff had 6 seconds. He's down to 9th.
Right. Congratulations.
Thank you. A little more uneventful than last week, so. Oh. Puff had 3 seconds. Ryan almost caught him there at the end. And you just had the 1 penalty?
Yeah. Once I got it, there was really no point.
Yep.
A couple laps I was going to the race director.
Oh. That feels good. That feels good. I'm going to enjoy this one for a couple hours, I think. I was going to go to bed early. I don't know if I'll be able to do that anymore. Might have to celebrate again.
Worth it.
Yep. All right. Well, it's nice to rant with you again here. I think Harry's out for the rest of the year because he's moving to Illinois. So if you're back next week, maybe you can be in the Racing Point again. So
Maybe around. It looks like your lead is now...
So I should get 25. I had a 3-point lead. And if Puff was 9th, he got 2 points. So plus 23 plus 3, 26 points.
7, I think.
Something like that. 24, 26, 27, something like that.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
So if I beat Puff at Russia, that will lock it up.
Is there 21 races or 22? 21.
There's 21. Next year there's 22.
Yeah, I think you need 8 or higher.
Yeah, so if I'm above, let's just call it 26 to be on the safe side. If I beat Puff, 1 race to go, the most he can get is 26. So he won't be able to pass me after the last race. So, alright, there's Scavney sending me a friend request. I think this might be my interview coming here. Alright, appreciate it. We will catch you next week for sure.
We'll see if I'm around.
Alright,
Yeah.
sounds good. Later.
Good night.
Yep.
Great race. We're waiting for Vitality to come in, but
Excellent. That'll give me a chance to grab a Miller Lite after that victory then.
Yeah, there you go. And here's Vitality. So quite a great race for everybody. Very fun to watch. Lots of impressive driving out there. So I guess we'll start with Vitality since while we wait for JFD. Vitality, that was a really great race you ran, holding off everybody for the entire race.
Yeah.
What was your mindset with everybody being so close behind you for the majority of the race?
I was just hoping to be able to. I knew that I could probably control the race for the most part after getting the lead on lap 1, but I personally feel like I had that race won and I drove a really good race, but this game's really inconsistent with the track limits and calling that stuff and screwed me out of that. So, yeah, I was really happy with my pace. So, like, I personally feel like this is one of my better races I've run at this track.
It was very impressive. You managed to keep everybody behind there, basically in your DRS for the entire race. But it's a shame that the track limits are so inconsistent, especially a place like here.
Yeah, because like with turn 1, I had put my tire over 1 lap and it called it, and then I did the same thing a lap after that and it didn't call it, and that's just I don't understand that, but it's whatever, I guess.
It doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes, but it's still first across the finish line. Very impressive race there.
Yeah, at least I have something to think about for that.
Right.
So that's good. I got at least.
Not sure if JFD is
I
back.
I am back. I'm listening.
You're back. Yeah, so
He's got a spare.
another very impressive race. Very impressive for all the front runners, but I mean, you had a great battle with Arrow and Team Money for the first portion of the race, and then hit strategy. There was undercuts all over the place, and Arrow tried an overcut, and then that all pulled you guys up into the front too. So what was your strategy going through the middle of the race?
Yep, so it's once T-Money went in, I saw all 3 were in, and honestly the first half of the race I was just riding behind T-Money, and just I saw the front 2 had kind of escaped a little bit, and I was just riding behind T-Money because I knew if we battled we would have just gotten farther away, so I was just kind of letting him catch up, which he did. And I kind of went in big picture mode around lap 5-6 whenever Puff spun out. I don't know what happened, but I kind of went in big picture mode and didn't want to battle hard or anything like that the rest of the race. I was just kind of biding my time, taking care of my tires, limiting mistakes, and driving around essentially.
Yeah,
JFT, if I may, real quick here, you mentioned that you decided to let T-Money lead the way and keep in touch with Vitality. So what in your mind made you believe that that was the best move? In other words, you didn't feel like you could get by T-Money and then chase down Vitality?
It's just if we would have battled, we would have cost ourselves half a second. You know, if we go, if that's just one lap. You know, if we battle a couple laps, that would have just slowed us down overall. So my thought was just let him go. And once they went into the pits, I had full ERS, and I hit the hammer down. I actually undercut T-Money, or overcut, excuse me. But I had a little wheel spin out of turn 2, and that gave him the run that got by me. And again, being conservative, I didn't battle it and fight it too hard. I let him back in front, and then a few laps later, he had a penalty. I was clean, so there was no point in me trying to get by him. I did not know what Vitality had out in front, and he had a penalty. So I put myself in that position by trying to stay clean, and it worked out.
Nice. Sorry, Scabney.
Yeah, you're good. T-Money, that was another one of these drivers at the front that ran a very impressive race. For a lot of this race, you were just sitting right behind that front two, trying to close the gap. How was that from your perspective?
I mean, it was kind of frustrating at first because I got just in the first 2 turns alone. From nothing really to do with, I wouldn't call it dirty, it just kind of, I guess, I don't know what to call it, but Fuzz got rear-ended or something, and then that sent him into me on turn 1 and pushed me out wide, and then something happened in turn 2, I don't remember who made contact, but I ended up losing 2 spots in the first 2 turns.
Yep, I was right behind T-Money, and the same thing happened to me. I'd have to look back who it was, but I know some people really sent it. So
there was quite a bit of chaos those first couple of turns.
Yeah. Which, I mean, things happen. Like I said, luckily I didn't get any wing damage or anything, because that would have really ruined my race. But after that, because I think at one point Fuzz was 3 seconds ahead of me.
Something about that, yeah.
Yep. So, I mean, I was just trying to close the gap, and I kind of figured when JFD was because he was always hanging back around, I don't know, it seemed like
about a half a second to 3/4 half a second to 3/4 of a second usually. So
yeah, so I just wanted to get out of DRS range, but then I couldn't catch Fuzz, and it was just, it is what it is. I mean, it was a smart move by JFD, and I applaud him for not picking up any penalties, because that was.
This is a tough track. I mean, turn 1 and then the penultimate corner, the second to last one. I always seem to get some on the exit there. It's really tough on the exit.
I mean, it's one of those tracks. Even turn 1, you can cut a few corners, but I do kind of agree with Vitality. I think it's some of the track limits are a tad bit inconsistent. But at the same time, it is what it is, and you get those penalties, and you just kind of have to work around it. But I was really hoping that when we started battling about maybe 8 to 10 laps towards the end of the race, I was just really hoping that I'd be able to get around him and maybe be able to pull out a gap to him and JFD behind. But he took the inside line on turn 2, and that's just, I don't know, that line is really overpowered. So
T-Money, was it you and Arrow that kind of got into it? I shouldn't say got into it. Battling coming in at the end of the second DRS zone with the downhill right-hander. Arrow lost out and kind of went wide and into the stone. I think he was battling with you, but JFD was also there. It didn't look like anything serious happened, but I was just wondering. I didn't catch it on the broadcast. I didn't see what exactly happened to have him end up going wide.
As far as I know, me and Arrow never battled. The closest we were is when he when he did his first pit stop. We literally came out like side by side, but I was able to get around him before turn 2.
Pretty quickly, yeah.
Yeah, because I think I want to say I'm pretty sure I had DRS on JFD, which helped me get by him.
Yep.
But,
and then I had the wheel spin, and he had a run, and I just let him by. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. That
so
was.
JFD, did you see what happened to Arrow?
I think he couldn't keep up. We were talking in the chat, and he just kind of lost track of us. And once you lose the DRS, you got to use all your fuel and all your ERS, and if you run out, it's game over. Unfortunately, it's because it's such a short track, and if you lose that DRS and you don't get it back within 2 laps, it's going to be hard to get it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, top 18 drivers were all within 8.5 tenths of a second qualifying time. So.
Yep, and that's a short track tendency there. It's the times are usually a little closer together, and I was again, I'm not the best qualifier. I was happy starting P5, so no issues.
Good job.
Thanks.
Yeah. Great race from everyone there. Anything else anyone wants to say before I close up this broadcast?
No.
I think my mistake from Australia kind of helped me tonight big time, in my opinion. I think I had a little bit more bigger picture in mind than tonight than I did in Australia. Instead of trying to make a forceful move and making a mistake, I just kind of sat back and kind of played it smart, essentially.
I guess I do have a question. I have a question for Vitality, given that he was at the front the entire race, yet could not break away from DRS to the driver behind him. And maybe you didn't know, or actually in first place you would know that the driver behind in third place is still very close as well. What were you thinking about as you were going around lap after lap and seeing that the driver behind you was within DRS?
I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to break DRS the majority of the race, but I knew that if I did that, I'd have to push really hard one lap, and then I'd waste a lot of my fuel and ERS, and I know I'd have to take a bit of time to gain that back in case anybody would want to mount another charge to chase me down. So I figured as long as I could at least hold them there, I wouldn't have to worry about pushing that hard for the sake of if I can defend as good as I usually do, I don't have to worry about losing a lot of ground. Most of that race I was just running with medium to low ERS, and on a couple corners I put the fuel down in a lean, and most of the time I just run standard. I don't really run rich and overtake if somebody was within maybe 5 tenths or so on coming on the turn 1 straight.
Well, great job, because if you were in standard the entire time, or lean, great job. Thank you.
Yeah, that was one of the better races I've seen so far this season, but next week Russia and then Brazil to close out the season, so got that to look forward to and a great championship battle to see as the weeks wind down.
Excellent.
Congratulations,
Thanks,
guys.
Yep, thank you.
Alright, broadcast
Thanks,
over.
Gabney.
All right.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, thanks for broadcasting, guys. It's always nice.
Yeah, you guys did a good job.
Thanks.
It was a great race, yeah.
It hurts that I lost it like that, but I don't know what else I can say. It's just track limits are really inconsistent. Certain spots, I don't get it, but it's whatever, I guess.
Yeah, we felt your pain because you were, dominant is kind of misleading, because they were right there. They were at any moment. If you slipped up a little bit, you were going to fall back. There was up until maybe lap 30, if I remember right. I mean, Arrow was there in 4th place within DRS of the guys in front of him. So it sucks that you lost it on a penalty, but really, For me personally, I'd be like, what a great job to keep these guys are fast, and I kept them behind me the whole time. Unfortunately, they didn't get the penalty that I did.
In my honest opinion, I felt like I ran, I wouldn't say exactly a flawless race, but I ran, in my opinion, somewhat close to it to be able to hold everybody back like that. I don't usually have the pace to do that around most places, but I'm just really happy that I was able to pull off here, and hopefully I can actually get a win without losing it to something stupid like that. So. And
you can also post it just in case the stewards find that it was a ridiculous penalty. I mean, you never know.
I would, but I wasn't able to get a screenshot of the race director after the race, and I know I'm not going to be able to get much done about it if I don't have that. I only got 3 warnings that entire race, counting the penalty, so I don't really... There's not much I think I can do about that without the race director screenshot, so...
And the other thing that's kind of tough, too, is, unless it's something where somebody else, forces you off, I don't, normally when the game kind of, hands out penalties like that, it's just, it's hard to get those overturned. Unless you were involved with somebody else, at least in my experience, but...
I had the same happen at France, where I got 2 warnings where I almost spun the car while it was raining. I was trying not to, go into the wall or into somebody else, and gave me warnings for those and got penalties for it, but... It's whatever, yeah. I guess. This game, I hope in 2020 that's fixed at least somewhat, because in my opinion, that's ridiculous. So,
something else will come up that we'll complain about. Don't worry about it.
Well,
they can't ever be perfect.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
As much as you'd want it to be perfect, it just can't.
No, it's hard to be perfect, especially with a game this in depth, so...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
When
knows? Don't they own the company that makes Project Cars?
I believe they do.
Yeah.
I think they own. They got Dirt as well too. As another racing
Dirt they
game.
Definitely have.
Yep.
But I thought for Project Cars, I thought they acquired them last year or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't play Project Cars, so I wouldn't be able to answer it.
No.
At least yet. Maybe I will yet.
I know they made that announcement that Pace Dogs was going to start up, or try to get a league going, try to gauge interest on that, and because I want to say what was it? The last Tier 1, Tier 2 race or something like that, he was kind of telling me about it already, and it was Project Cars is $60 on the PlayStation Store, and I was like, I don't know, that's kind of steep, but I tried looking up, when Project Cars 3 is supposed to come out, because I've seen, I don't know, I've seen some stuff about Project Cars 3 coming out soon, and yet I can't find a single actual release date. So it's kind of if it's not supposed to come out for another year or so, I would definitely buy it at $60. But
yeah, if it's within a year, it's
do is let it come out with the PS5 or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you would think that would make the most sense. Just wait for the PS5 to come out, then it's on the new system, and but who knows? If it's something where it was maybe backwards compatible, you could release it now and then just have maybe you'd pay another $5 or something to upgrade to the the PS5 version.
I just hope that Project Cars 3 has a lot more content, because in my opinion, I enjoyed Project Cars 2 for about a good maybe year or so after it got released, but then in my opinion it just got really stale.
Yeah.
I think the physics in it, they could use a lot of work, especially with the LMP1 and the GT cars, because at random points the cars just want to spin out, and that's not how they're supposed to drive, because I've driven them in other games before, and especially comparing to ACC with the GT physics, it's hilarious how Project Cars has them modeled.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna head back and watch the race, and I was gonna go to bed early tonight, but now I'm gonna probably celebrate with some brewskis or something like that. So.
I don't blame you. I mean,
So-
like I said, that was a really solid race.
Yep. And it's I mean, like I said, I had the big picture in mind, so I knew I had points gaining tonight, and that's why I just kind of sat back. I didn't want to throw it away by battling too hard or something like that. I just kind of sat back and just tried to maximize as many as I could. So.
Yeah.
As much as it hurts for me to lose it like that, congrats to you, though,
Yep.
man. Good job.
Yep, you got it. I think if I beat by Puff by like 1 or 2 places next week, it's wrapped up. So I'm just gonna try and get as many as I can next week too. So if you guys see me on track at the last part of the race, just let me by or something. That'll help me out.
That is if I'm not racing for like a win or a podium.
Okay.
In that case, then we can go at it. Other than that, I'll let you go.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
You too. I'm gonna head.